What's going on, my trainer club? Today we're going to look at the top tips to help you guys max out on Electabuzz COMM Day in Pokemon Go to make sure you get as much shinies as possible and hopefully hatch a shiny Elekid as well. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, how excited are you for Electabuzz COMM Day in Pokemon Go? Honestly, for me, I am so stoked. I do not have any of the Ella family. I don't have Elekid, Electabuzz, Electivire. I don't have any of them, so I am so stoked on this one. So I hope you guys are super stoked as well. We are now going to check out Electabuzz Community today. Everything we need to know about exactly what's going on right now. So as far as the COMM Day goes, it's going to be on Sunday, November 15th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. This is going to be a great time, guys, because we have some cool bonuses and some great features as well. So the bonuses are going to include, number one, we have increased spawns. Electabuzz is going to be everywhere. We might be thinking, what about Elekid? We will check that out in a second. We are going to have 3-hour incenses, which is amazing. I absolutely love that. So you're going to need 2 for the entire time. And then finally, we are going to have the bonus of 1/4 egg hatch distance. So you're going to be able to hatch a ton of eggs, which leads us into the Elekid. Elekid is going to be hatching from 2 kilometer eggs. So guys, although the 12 kilometer eggs, and I'm going to recommend that we lead into the event eventually in a tip here with those, I would say after those hatch, we then change into the 2 kilometer eggs to try to hatch ourselves a shiny Elekid. The features are going to include Electabuzz evolving into Electivire, which is going to require a Sinnoh Stone. We'll get the exclusive moveset of Flamethrower. So that is a Pokemon move that we may want to check out. For 99 cents, you can participate in the special research. I always do it. $1 is pretty easy to do. It's not very expensive, and you're able to typically get about 15,000 Stardust. I believe you're going to be getting a Sinnoh Stone, and then typically we get a Poffin in there, but since this is going to be requiring Sinnoh Stones, I think that's going to be what we're going to be getting. The exclusive event research as well as the field research will help us get some of the Sinnoh Stones, so I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll also be able to get Electabuzzes in there. Also, if you guys do take a picture, you will be able to get photo bombs, so please do that and try to get up to 5, which is then going to get you potentially a shiny Electabuzz. Can come shiny in the photo bomb. And then also, we are going to be able to get a COMM Day box as always. This one is going to have, for 1,280 coins, 30 Ultra Balls, 1 Elite Fast TM, 3 incenses, as well as 3 super incubators. And then finally, like we did talk about, the Elekid is going to be hatching from 2 kilometer eggs. On that 1/4 egg distance is going to be hatching very fast. So if you guys do want this one, this is the one that I do want to hatch. I will be ready to use a lot of my incubators. I haven't been using a ton of them, so I am completely ready for that. So with all that said, guys, we have the Electabuzz shiny that's going to be out. It's a cool shiny. I love the Electivire shiny. It's just a really cool family. And the Elekid, hopefully I can get that shiny as well. If you do get it, please do not evolve your baby shinies. They are the rarest shinies that you can get because they can only come from hatches. The babies are going to be the most exclusive because you can only hatch them to start now. And then obviously you have Electabuzz, but you don't have to evolve the babies anymore. They could just stay rare. So with all that said, let's get into our top tips, starting off with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is going to deal with our items. So guys, leading up into this event, the one thing I want to make a note of is that Electabuzz is typically a rarer Pokemon. For me, I don't see Electabuzzes that often. I don't know if you guys see them that often either, but Electabuzz is going to be a Gen 1 Pokemon. I have been stressing on this tip a lot lately because Gen 1, at some point in the near future, we're going into Gen 6, is a whole lot further back than Gen 6, right? So it's going to start teetering off and these Pokemon are going to become rarer and rarer, which is going to make me emphasize that you guys must have as much candy as possible, especially when we do COMM Days, for these Pokemon, because I don't want you guys to have to spend rare candy in the future on something that was so common at one point or another, especially if it has an exclusive event, as Electabuzz is having right now. So Electabuzz, for this COMM Day, let's go in. I would say, man, I'm going to try to get as many Ultra Balls as possible. Electabuzz is typically a little bit more hard to catch, especially when it goes up there and it can be weather boosted in the rainy weather. 500 Ultra Balls, I would say, is the bare minimum. Also, guys, I want to make sure that you guys have Great Balls as well. So either Ultra Balls and Great Balls. I would say, ideally speaking, the combination is going to be more heavily favored towards the Ultra Balls, but I would say 800 in general, 500 minimum of the Ultra Balls, as I talked about. Also guys, make sure to clear out your bags. It's a great time always to use COMM days, as please clear your bags out and stay on top of your inventory. There's nothing worse than not going through it and then all of a sudden you have to spend hours on top of hours and it gets overwhelming. If you guys want to see all my tips, check this video out up here to make sure to go through and clear out your inventory and be ready to catch a lot, because catching more Electabuzz, number one, it's going to give you more Stardust, it's going to give you more shinies, it's going to give you more potential good ones, and then obviously it's going to be great because you're going to be able to take less time away from playing during the day, which is my number one goal for you guys. And then obviously we need Sinnoh Stones. Sinnoh Stones you can get from spinning stops, you can get from completing the Go Battle League battles, and you can also do it for PvP versus team leaders, and then you can also do it from battling the Team Go Rocket leaders as well. So doing all of those things on a daily or even semi-daily, bi-daily, whatever you want to call it, every other day type basis, please do that as much as possible and try to save up on those Sinnoh Stones. And then also, I typically recommend that you guys stack up on 10 kilometer eggs. So we are getting 1/4 distance. Although we will not be able to get a lot more Stardust on this, we're still going to be getting a lot of Stardust on this for a very fraction of the distance. So 12 kilometer eggs, I would suggest going into this event with 9 12 kilometer eggs. As soon as the event hits, use your incubators, put them all on, walk about a kilometer and then throw a star piece on, maximize it, hatch those eggs, and then you're ready to go, because that could be potentially 90,000 Stardust alone from just hatching those 9 12 kilometer eggs, which would then lead you into catching a ton of Electabuzzes. So at minimum 1 star piece, and then as far as the incenses, you just need 2. So that's pretty easy to go. And then we obviously need super incubators. Either you're gonna use the adventure box if you really wanna maximize out on there, but if you want a hybrid of raid passes and super incubators, I would suggest the ultra box is a great way. But those 2 boxes are gonna be the best bet. I typically lean towards the raid passes because I don't go gung-ho hatching on eggs, and I have a bunch of incubators saved up already. So if you're like me, you do that. But if you don't care about that and you just remote raid, then you're gonna want to do the adventure box just for the incubators. So with all that said, let's get into tip number 2. Tip number 2 is going to be getting closer to the event. So obviously I want you guys in a downtown area if possible. Get to somewhere that's really heavily populated, has a ton of Pokestops, gives you more potential to complete tasks, gives you more densely spawned areas, gives you more gym to get more items and keep your Pokeballs up. That is my number one thing for you guys. The second part of this is going to be to make sure to use premium lures if you choose to use a lure, because the magnetic lure is going to boost the electric type Pokemon. So using the magnetic lures as the premium lures is going to draw out more Electabuzz as it spawns Pokemon more frequently. It's going to be a very good thing for you guys to do, so I definitely suggest that you guys take advantage of premium lures if you choose to use a lure. And then finally, if you choose to use the star pieces, it's a great time to use them externally of the bonuses, because you're going to be getting a lot more spawns in a lot more densely areas. So this is a great time to do so. So with all that said, let's get into tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to be right at the start of the event. So as always guys, one of the biggest things that I recommend is do not complete any research in that day during that time frame beforehand, because those tasks, once they're completed, will not regenerate to COMM day tasks. They will be completed, they will be knocked off the list, they will not be available for you in the future. So please take your time and make sure to maximize completely on this, and do not complete those tasks, because I want you guys to be able to get Electabuzzes if they do spawn, which will check out our 100% IVs. And then also making sure that we do not catch Pokemon 30 minutes beforehand, because all of those spawns can then change over into Electabuzz, and you want to try to get as many shinies as possible. And then also I suggest, as always, to save up your friendship bonuses on these COMM days, because typically more people play on COMM days, so it's a great time to go through and play for this day on this bonus to be able to get friendship increases, pop a lucky egg, play for 30 minutes, do some raids, catch a lot of Electabuzzes, and hit those friendship bonuses, because that's the best way to get XP, which is then going to lead us into tip number 4. Tip number 4 is going to be focusing on Electabuzz, IVs in the wild, PvP, and everything like that. So as far as Electabuzz goes, level 15, 100% IV is going to be pretty easy to remember. It's going to be 1,000. Level 20, if it is coming from boosts or eggs and you're able to hatch it, is going to be 1333. In the wild, without the weather boost, it's going to be 2001 at level 30. So if it is any condition but rainy weather, 2001 is going to be the max level Pokemon IV that you can catch in the wild. That would be 100% IV level 30. However, if it is boosted, it is then going to change from that 2001 all the way to 2167 at level level 35. That 2001 will no longer be available. It is now only going to be that high level 35 Pokemon. 2001 can now not only be 100% IV, it can be infinite other IVs as well, because level 35 is going to be it. So rainy weather, fortunately, unfortunately, hopefully you guys maybe get some like drizzle rain where it's not really affecting you, but then you can get all the Electabuzzes all the way up there, because Electivire is probably the most useful of all of these things. And then hatching 2 Kilometer Eggs, we're gonna get Elekid. So Elekid 100% IVs is going to be 689 at hatch level. And then as far as the Electabuzz goes for PvP, in the Great League, it's gonna be 100% IV at 0, 14, 11 for the Electabuzz. For the Electivire in the Great League, it's gonna be a 1, 15, 15. And then in the Ultra League, it's gonna be a 1, 15, 15. And then the Master League, it's going to be all maxed out at 15, 15, 15, and that's going to be where it prevails best at rank 68. And that could change up with the Flamethrower moveset. And then also use the skip animation catch trick. Super, super important. If you want to see it, check it out up here, which is then going to lead us into tip number 5. Tip number 5 is going to be to trade as much as possible to try to get luckies, number 1. Number 2, you're gonna have to do your evolutions in the time frame. So you have a total of 8 hours to do your evolutions during the entire event, and then 2 hours after. The one thing I'm gonna put an asterisk here is maybe don't blow through all of your Sinnoh Stones. See how many you have that you got during that day. And then C, we have Magmar coming up in 6 days after this. So we're gonna need more of the Ultra Balls, obviously. We're gonna need all the resources again, but the most important resources are going to be the Sinnoh Stones, because they are semi-limited. You can't go out and spin Pokestops and virtually guaranteed get them every single time. So you're gonna have to make sure that you take full advantage and you don't overly evolve on one of these Pokemon and then miss out on the next one for the next week. So luckies, trading over 10 kilometers, and then saving up these Pokemon if you do wanna transfer them for extra candy, which I don't think is completely necessary, but that is on Tuesday the 24th. So thank you guys for tuning in. Likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes your support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.